Hi guys, it's Erin. I just wanted to sit down and give you a quick video on a few tips that I have found have helped me in this decluttering thing I am doing. A few things that I've noticed is when I am decluttering, I want to make a space where I can separate things. I have a pile that I'm going to keep, pile I'm going to donate, which the donate pile can be like if you're going to try to sell something. I put it all in one pile and then I separate it later. So I have a keep pile, a donate pile, a maybe pile, and then a trash pile. And usually I'll have my trash bin right near me so that I can just throw it right in there and I don't have to worry about it. One thing I've done is the maybe pile is as I do my initial sweep of whatever area I'm doing, I just separate it first because then I can be like, okay, you know, the donate pile, maybe I already have like a bag out for that and I'll just put that aside. And then I'm just dealing with putting the keep pile away, and then I look at the maybe. And the maybe is something like, maybe it's something you don't know if you really need, like you need a little more time to think about it. And I might go through that right away or I might go through it later. But I try to really just do an initial sweep. For me, the maybe pile has been like, maybe it's something that's kind of sentimental and I'm trying to debate. Maybe it's something that's my husband's, I want his opinion on. So that's kind of what I've been doing. A few other things is I've made a list of the areas of my house that I really need to go through. Granted, yes, you're going to go through your whole house, but like for me, like to make sure, okay, I want to do these drawers and I want to do this and I want to make sure I get this cabinet. I've just made myself a list, and as I finish that project, I've been crossing it off. And it actually feels really good because I was kind of getting overwhelmed. So this way it's like, okay, well, I have a half an hour. What's a small thing I can do to kind of fit it into my day? Because obviously, you know, I'm home with the kids, you know, they take up most of my day. And yes, I do have nap time that I can get a few things done, but you know, sometimes I'm running errands because, you know, I can do that during nap time because my mom's here to watch the boys, or maybe I have phone calls to make, so I don't really always have the whole nap time to do that. So I'm trying to fit it in where I can. So that's what I've been doing. A few other things that I actually wrote down on the same list that has my areas. It's just some things that have been really helpful for me to just keep in mind as I'm doing this is don't get overwhelmed. If I start doing a project, you know, what like my linen closet yesterday started to get a little overwhelming, and I kind of just had to take a minute and step back. I actually came downstairs and I just took a few minutes and just like regrouped and went, okay, this isn't as overwhelming as I think it is. There was just, you know, the kids were trying to help me, you know, they're picking out stuff. It was just, it started to get overwhelming. So I just walked away because I don't want this to be an overwhelming process. The whole reason I started this is to be because I was overwhelmed, and I'll get to that. That's in that'll be a whole other video. But, and another thing is I haven't put a time limit on myself. It's not like I've said, this all has to be done by this date, or, you know, this is going to happen. That's not the case. I do not have a time limit on this. I have been putting a time limit on myself, like how long I'll keep something in the house. Like if I'm trying to sell it and it's, you know, it's gone a couple weeks and it hasn't sold, then I donate it. The only thing I am keeping is kid stuff because there's a consignment sale actually in less than 2 months. That's like in our town. It's huge. So I'm actually selling a lot of stuff there. So all the kids stuff, that is one thing. But if it goes to the sale and it doesn't get sold, then I am donating it, which is, I'm not bringing it back to the house. And I'm only doing one area at a time. I'm not trying to overwhelm myself and like, you know, start the bathroom and start the linen closet and start my closet, you know, have a bunch of projects going on at once. I have to do one area at a time or it literally is going to just all fall apart on me. So just concentrate on one area. I am stopping if it gets to be too much. I don't care if I'm halfway through it. If I am getting too overwhelmed or I just can't do this anymore, I put everything back and I'll deal with it another time. That's just how it is. I do not want to make this an uncomfortable situation for myself. Another thing is some areas may take you longer than an hour or may take you longer than a day. Like my kitchen, I'm slowly doing it because it's just a long process. Like I've done most of it, but like sometimes it's like I just can't do the whole kitchen at once. I've got to do, okay, I'll do the drawers now, and just pick one little spot. Don't try to do a whole thing, because you might not be able to do it all at once. Like our clothes, like, all right, my husband did his, I did mine, I did the boys. It's not like I said, okay, all the clothes need to be done right now, because that's just not going to happen. So those are just a few things that have helped me in this process, and if you have any other tips, I'd love you to put them in the comments below.